This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Puma travel trailer. Model number 26 FKDS. So this is not a floor plan video, it's a how-to video in the sense that I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? We're still cleaning it, so it's a little bit dirty, but we'll go through this anyway. So of course you have a power awning with LED strip, you have outside speakers. You have power stabilizer jacks on this one. So you have one switch on the rear, okay, and then another one on the front. One switch, the rear switch controls both rear jacks, and then the front switch controls both front. If I walk around here, let me do this real quick. If I come around over here, oh boy, it is dirty. We have this particular crank right here. And you can see it's got a cylinder with a slot cut in it. All right. Well, if you come over here and look at the jacks on this side, the off-door side of the trailer, there's a shaft with a pin sticking through it right there, right? So this crank will crank these jacks manually if you need to, the stabilizers manually. So keep that in mind that if they fail for some reason, you can still crank them. Also, you've got a regular 3/4 inch crank here, and that 3/4 inch crank is for the power tongue jack. Because if the power tongue jack was to fail, there's a rubber plug on the top, and you can pull this rubber plug out, and you can crank that manually also. So you can always get hitched and unhitched no matter what. So those are two good features to have as a backup. Okay. So all this is telling us here is that there's a quick connect for the LP system right there. If you want to add a grill or griddle, whatever you have, just make sure it's the proper pressure for a travel trailer. You can't use a regular, household one. This is your hitch right here. I don't know if we'll leave it in this compartment, but that's where they've got it right now. But it's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. So it's a good one. We'll show you how that operates when we pick up, or when you pick up. Two doors. This one goes right into the bedroom and then into the bathroom, which is right there. And of course your main door over here. Now this right here is your black tank flush. Like it says on this sticker, never turn on the water pressure unless you have the black tank dump valve open. That's important, so too much pressure doesn't build up. But after you dump your black tank, you can bring the hose of the dump station over to here. You can hook it right on there and turn it on. It'll spray out your black tank, clean off the sensors so you get a good accurate reading, that sort of thing, okay? This is an outside sprayer right here. You have a power TV signal and a place to mount your TV bracket right there. Now this right here, let me see if I can see past it here. Let me get a good look here. Okay, see where this hole is right here? You see another shaft. If you go to the frame, you see another shaft with a pin through it. You can actually crank the slide room right there if you have to, using that same crank. So to get yourself out of trouble, again, if something happened, you can usually crank that in or out manually in an emergency. Okay? Alrighty. This is just another LP quick connect. The reason this quick connect is here, boy, this is dirty. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was so bad before. I would have waited to do the video, but nevertheless, this is for a quick connect for the spray hose, which is right there in the freezer. Now, this other LP quick connect up here is for the griddle. Oh, gotta do it this way. Hold on. I can do it right the first time, which obviously I can't. What am I doing wrong here? Uh-oh. I don't know my own product. Sorry. I'm sure it went like that. Well, heck. I'm looking right at it. Why is that? Anyway, trust me when I say trust me when I say it comes out, because it does. You extend this out. You have to use your quick connect hose here. So this connects to the back of the griddle, which I would show you if I could pull it out, if I was smart enough to figure out how to get it out. And this one here connects to the quick connect down here, which is right there. So you have to plug it in. And it does pull out. I'm confident. So your front switch here, obviously. Now this is a fresh water fill here. So the most common way to get water to the trailer is city water hookup. I mean, 9 times out of 10 you're going to have city water to hook up to it. You hook the hose up, you pressurize it, turn it on, pressurize the trailer, and everything's fine. But if you're camping someplace that doesn't have city water, if you're boondocking or just any place that doesn't have city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here, right? After you do that, you can use the onboard pump to pump the water, and all the plumbing will work as though you have city water. You don't have to use this, obviously, if you got city water, but if you don't, you can still camp anywhere and use your plumbing. I'll show you the pump switch and everything when we get inside, but that's what that's for. This is your water heater here. Okay. Now, this works on either gas or electric. Never run the water heater. There's a 6-gallon tank on the back of this, right? You never run the water heater without water in the tank. So always remember that, because if you, let's say you went camping in the spring, you get back, you're not going again to the fall. So you come over here, and this is your drain plug right here. You use an 1 1/16 6-point socket. You pull that out and let it drain. Just remember to fill it up before you turn it on next time. That's all I'm saying. So you have an electric heating element behind this cover, and this switch right here operates that, right? And inside the trailer you'll have a switch for the gas burner. So generally the way it works is you'll run the electric heating element at the campground. You'll always keep your water hot. But if you're showering, for example, and you need more hot water, you get more hot water or a faster recovery if you run the burner. So they'll kick that on when your people are showering, and that way you just extend your hot water. But you know, that's the way most people do. You can do what you want, but keep that in mind. So never pull the plug out when it's under pressure. So you always want to, if you got the water pump on or city water hooked up, you want to shut that off. You want to open the inside the trailer or the valve outside, the hot water valve. Open up and let all the pressure out of it first, then pull the plug out. Otherwise it'll shoot out of there like a cannonball and with a gallon of water behind it. So make sure you do that, and never work on it or drain it when it's hot and it has hot water in it, okay? That's important, obviously. Now this is just a hookup for a Go Power portable solar kit to charge the battery. That's all that is. If it's an option, if you were interested, you could add that on. Of course, I told you have a power tongue jack. You have 2 LP tanks full, automatic changeover regulator. You have a deep cycle marine battery right here, and that is the kill switch for the battery. See, there's the shows you straight up and down is on. So you can shut the battery off right there if you want. Furnace vent, just some storage that's also accessible from inside the trailer. Black and gray. You got 2 different setups here. So you have, let's get down here. You have these dump valves here, right? And then you got another set here. Okay. So keep that in mind. Remember, whenever you use the black tank flush, always leave the black tank valve open, like I said. Now you got 2 different slide outs. This is a standard Lippert through frame slide out. This one here is called a Schwintek. Even though it's owned by Lippert now, people still refer to it as a Schwintek. You can tell by the gears. So when it comes to opening and closing this, if you had problems with it, you have to read the paperwork or go online and look at the videos, because it's more complex than that. So when I said you can crank it, on this particular trailer, this is the only crankable slide out. The other one, you have to disengage the motors and push it in. You're not going to have to do that. I mean, that's almost never ever happens. It's very, very rare. So that's why they use them, this type, because it's so reliable. That's your power cord. It's a 50 amp cord. So it's a 50 amp system. We also give you the adapters to adapt it down to a 30 and then to a 20. And then you get a dump hose with it, of course. Your shore cord plugs in there. That's just our shop cord right there. Okay. And coming around the back, this is your city water hookup. That's the most common way to get the water to the trailer. This is just cables and satellite through. That housing tells us this is pre-wired for a backup camera, so it takes a Furrion camera, backup camera kit. If you're interested, we sell them, or you can get them elsewhere, whatever. But that is an option. You have a ladder, which is great because it makes it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer states every 60 days you should inspect the roof, make sure there's no cracking or separation anywhere. You know, pay special attention to the sealant in the corner areas and around the skylights and things like that. Also look at the roofing material and roofing attachments, make sure there's no damage, let's say caused by low branches or road debris. You're just protecting your investment, so just give it a good look over. It should be part of your regular maintenance. Okay, if you see something, take care of it immediately. So as we go in, much cleaner than it is outside. We have your control panel right here. So, slide out button right here for this slide out here. The slide out for the rear Schwintek is in the bedroom. I'll show you that. But you have this one here. Then you have your awning extension and retract. Your power awning. See if I can reach that far. Like so. Never leave the awning out unattended. Always roll it in if you're not going to be at the campsite. Alright, your water pump switch. I told you could pump water out of the fresh water tank. Remember? That's there. Now, there's also you also use the same pump for winterizing the trailer, okay? To light your water heater and gas, right there, there's the fault light up there. Remember I showed you the electric switch is controlled in the lower left-hand corner outside. And this is for the gas, never run it without water in it. 3 light switches, and then of course your levels, you know. You don't have 3 gray tanks, you got 2, so you got 1 and 2. You got your black tank, freshwater tank, which has water in it now because we're prepping it, and your battery's fully charged. Okay? Okay, which way should I go here? We'll go this way. The refrigerator is a 12-volt DC refrigerator. So it runs on, it's a compressor refrigerator, but it runs on 12-volt DC. Always latch it when you're traveling so you don't dent your doors. Microwave works like any other microwave, except this one is a convection, I just see. So it's actually a convection microwave, which is kind of an upgrade, I guess. And then your fan, range hood fan, and your light is right here. Let me get some more light here, I'm sorry. Now I don't know if he's got the gas on, we'll see here. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I can hear it. I think I can hear it. Yeah. It just filled up, so it takes a while. When you see this, it takes a few times to get it going. Basically the tanks were removed and there's a little air pocket in there, so you got to work past it. Once you do that, it'll light right up. There we go. And the other one, there we go. So it's that simple. So you got the 3 knobs for the burners, and then this is the sparker. You turn this clockwise to spark it. This is the oven knob here. So the oven's a little different in that it's got a pilot light all the way at the back and the bottom. You might be able to see me spark it back there. Okay. So you go to the oven knob, you go to the picture of the flame, which means pilot light. You depress it like that. You keep it depressed. Then you spark it until you see it light down here. Once it lights, you're still holding this in. You hold it for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. And once you've done that, you can go to operating temperature, whatever you're going to cook at. When you shut it off, the pilot light goes out. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. So always travel with this shut so it doesn't break. Your keys are hanging here on the sink. Remotes are right there. I'll go over those in a second. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. It should always be green like it is, glowing green. If it's not, get it serviced. So keep that in mind. It's if it goes off, it's detected carbon monoxide or LP gas, so you're going to take everybody outside, shut the appliances off, leave the door open, shut the gas off at the front, and then figure out what's going on. Okay? Now this is where you do winterization here. This panel is normally screwed in place. but it's been left open so you can see. There's the back of the water heater. It has bypass valves on it. Right now it's in camping mode. You'll have to learn about that if you don't know. There's your water pump there. This is the line. First of all, that valve selects between the freshwater tank and the hose to draw the antifreeze in, which is right here, this hose right here. So you're going to put that in the antifreeze to draw it into the system when you winterize. You'll have to educate yourself about that if you don't know, but that's where it's done, okay? Alrighty, so let me look around here. All your literature here. This is your TV remote and your stereo remote. I come over here. The TV is on a swing out bracket. The bracket does lock into place, as you can see. This cylinder fits in this clip here, so it won't fly around when you're traveling down the road. Up here, whoops, it's telling us this is pre-wired for public Wi-Fi booster, basically. You can go to kinkcadet.com if you're interested. There's another place on the roof where an antenna would hook up, a router would attach here, and you just get a signal booster, better Wi-Fi for your family, that's all. It's an upgrade if you want it. This green light should always be on. It shows you that the signal booster for the digital antenna is on, or if it's not on, you won't get a good picture. Alright, your stereo is it has AM FM radio. It has a USB to stream off of right there. There's a drive right there. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet, whatever you got. It has an HDMI. That's an in. So let's say you want to go into the system with let's say a portable Blu-ray player or something. You could easily go in there. 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So it does all that and more. Your fireplace runs on 110 AC. If you see, let's do it this way. Low, that's the fan speed. So right now I can feel heat coming out low. High, now it's really kicking them out. So it's a good space heater. You can also change the color of the crystals, as you can see. You can change the flame. And there's a timer on it also to set it to turn on and turn off whenever you want. So in those days where you don't quite need to use your furnace and your limited supply of LP, you can always use campground power with this. Okay. The tabletop drops down onto these cleats here. These 4 cleats, and you can turn this into a bed. 2 theater seats, or for lack of I guess, yeah, theater seats. Why not? Your shower works like any other shower. Sink works like any other sink. This is a GFCI here. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI, right? So even the one on the outside. So if you're using something outside and it pops, you're going to reset it in here. Always if you're having electrical problems, let's say AC electrical problems, because this is 12 volt. Everything that can run on 12 volt in here does. Other things have to be AC. If you're having AC problems, the easiest way to look at it, I mean, there's a little light on the outside. I think this one has it. I shouldn't say that unless I know, but if it's there, you can, most have it, but you can look at the microwave and see if it's lit up. That's easy way to tell. If you're not getting power, look at your circuit breakers, which I'll show you in a minute. And always remember to check this, because people sometimes will overlook that. So keep that in mind. All the plugs, like I said, are wired through this right here. Fan, of course. The toilet is an RV toilet, so it sits right over the black tank. The black tank's directly below. You have a flush kettle here, right? So you can't use it dry. By dry, I mean an empty black tank. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. Then you're going to dump a dose of chemical right in the bowl. Then you'll step on the pedal, hold it down until at least a gallon of water goes in the tank along with the chemical. Then it's ready to be used. Don't use less than a gallon. You can use more. It's up to you. But you need water and chemical in there. Otherwise, the smell will be terrible if you don't, and it'll get clogged up. So always chemical and water when you first start out using it. After you dump it, let's say you're at the campground and you dump it and you're still going to stay another week, then you repeat the procedure, new chemical and water to start off with. If you're traveling, you obviously just go to the next campground and then that procedure, right? Okay. Okay, let's see. Make sure I'm not forgetting here. Oh, the thermostat. Self-evident. You hit the mode and it takes through the different modes of the heating and cooling. Fan, speed. Always, if they give you an option of auto, choose auto. That's the best way to go. The furnace lights automatically. It makes 3 attempts to light. It always lights within the first 3 attempts. If for some reason it doesn't, then just shut it off, wait a minute, and turn it back on, and it'll cycle through again. So, but it'll always light the first time you try it. Okay, so your bedroom. This is your slide-out switch here. Whoops, sorry about the camera work, as usual. That's what the Schwintek sounds like. Got a whole different sound to it. Okay, this will buckle under automatically when you close it. You'll see that happening. You access that outside compartment from here. This is also plumbed and prepped for a washer-dryer combo. So if you want to get a stackable, it'll go in here, or a combo. Stackables are a little, well, it's up to you, but either one will work in here. Emergency escape window works like they all do. You push it all the way through, you go all the way through with it, grab the red tab, pull the screen out, and out you go in an emergency. The reason this is a 50 amp system is because this is pre-wired for a second air conditioner. So if you want to add a second 13.5 or whatever, it will fit right in here in this housing. It's a pretty simple install. We do it here. So keep that in mind, that it's pre-wired for a second air conditioner. That's why it's a 50 amp system. Okay, last but not least, I think last, you have your power converter. First thing you do is pull this off because it drives me nuts. So this converts AC to DC power. So here you have regular 110 AC circuit breakers like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled, right? That's shore power. Then this is obviously plugged in right now to shore power. So then you have, it converts the AC power to 12 volt DC up here. You can see you got 12 volt fuses, and they're labeled over here. That's the 12 volt side of it. And also it's a battery tender. So right now it's sensing how much energy your battery up front needs, the one on the tongue, and it'll always keep it charged up. As long as you're plugged in. If the battery's charged, it'll just trickle a maintenance, like a couple amps up there. If it's low, it'll send 5 or 10 or 15 or whatever it needs up there to keep it charged. Of course, when you're towing, your tow vehicle charges your battery. So when you're plugged into shore power, your power converter will charge it, and when you're towing, your alternator charges it on your tow vehicle. So that's the power converter, which is also a battery tender. Okay, I think we've got it here now. Let me look around. Another TV hook up here. If you want, there's a TV backer there, so if you wanted to get a swing out bracket that swings this way, so you can watch it laying in bed. My suggestion to you is spend the extra money, like go on the internet or go on Amazon and get one that's specifically for an RV that locks into place. If you don't, you have to hang straps because you can't just have it flitting around, right? So you would get the one that folds out to the right and locks in place. Also, the RV type tend to have a larger mounting plate, so you get a better grip on the wall with it. So it's just a better install. You can use a cheap one, but the extra money is worth it when it comes to that. So, okay, in my opinion. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof. That should be part of your regular maintenance. People generally don't inspect it enough. You're just protecting your investment. Right now this is in camping mode, so the antifreeze has been purged from the water system. There's water in there. The water heater valves are in camping mode. There's water in the water heater. It's ready to go. Never run the water heater without water in the tank, the water heater tank, okay? Thank you.